Okay, hello. I just, so this is a game I play. It's called Besiege, and oh, and basically the idea is that you build something, anything. You can build anything at all. Like literally, it's pretty much limitless. You could make a conveyor belt. You could make a car. You could make a train, truck, tram, uh, whatever. But this is a RAM. I did not build this. This is just my example. So, basically, and where I got my inspiration. So, basically, in here, there is 4 gears. These 4 gears spin, and, well, they rotate this RAM up, this bar, like so. And you see, you spin. And then you slam it forward, and well, it does something pretty, harmful to the thing that you ram. Like, I'll show you. I'll just drive up on over to the wall and slam it. Oh wait, okay, restart. I kind of missed. Okay. Wait. I guess I have to drive forward with it. There. A lot of the time you have to use the cart's momentum to achieve the slamming power. So, I think this is pretty cool. So, I wanted to try to make something similar. Although I didn't want to perfectly recreate it. So I made this. Basically, how this works is there's these sliders. It's what's 1 block long originally, or 2 blocks. And it can be condensed down to 1 block or extended to 2 blocks. So these ones, they're unextended. So as I go like this, they extend, and the gear turns on this chain thing I made. It connected to a board, to a plank, and it pushes this ram forward. The ram has pistons on it, and I set it with where is it? This piece, so that when I push the forward button to tell the gear to roll forward, then these pistons also extend, and then the thing slams into the wall. Although this is not very good at slamming into walls because it kind of not great. Like the other thing we just saw it's super good at it. This is kind of crappy. Like I can barely even do anything. Although maybe, and I've tried multiple different things. I've made the RAM heavier. Let's see. I even tried making the gear go faster, but I kind of doubt that would actually change much. Okay, let's see. Now it's on a weaker part of wall. Make sure I'm fully extended backwards. Ooh, nope. And yeah, it doesn't quite work. So, oh, and the other one, it also has these pistons here. I mean, suspension, so that it doesn't just brute force break, trauma break the machine. Oh, and also, if you're wondering what this is, like, why is there a little castle? Well, that's kind of the idea. Break the castle, build something to break the castle. For instance, I made this thing to hopefully maybe go into this thing, which I just made too. Oh, and Mrs. Jolie, you said I should try to make something with, a fine finish. So I spent like maybe 5 minutes doing that on this thing instead of just being a bare bones kind of thing. So I guess maybe I should say my difficulties. What were my difficulties with this? Well, oh no, actually, what was my goal? To make a weird, good suspension thing where you have a board, let's say, a hinge, a piston, suspension, and another hinge. This acts as a suspension unit, I suppose. And then you slap some wheels on it. And if you're wondering what this wheel is for on the inside, then that is so that you don't get bottomed out. Because if you drive up on a slightly curved hill, do you see how much ground clearance there is? Not very much. So I had to put those on so it doesn't get bottomed out all the time. Also, I had to put this front, I don't even know what you call this, wheel setup so that it doesn't just hit a ramp or hit a rock and then I can't even drive anymore because the front wheels break off because they can take stress and force this way. See that? That does pretty good. Look at that. Yeah, that's pretty good. But when you go this way, it doesn't have any suspension that way. This one, I made it specially for this so that it can kind of just go in any direction. So it might lift up a little, and then once it lifts up, then the back ones are going to be lifted up and it'll be better. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's most of it. Oh, and also I had trouble with these wheels. I initially just set them. I set them. Or first, I should do this. Oops, sorry. I had set them initially just like this. Do you see how this angle straight out from this spring, the suspension? How that's a different angle. Now that much of an angle, yes, that much of an angle made it so that only this wheel, and this wheel were touching the ground. Not even this one. This one is not touching the ground. For instance, I will set it to a random key. Okay, I just set it to a random key. I'm spinning it right now. Spinning. It's not touching the ground. So that was the dilemma I had. I'm like, wait, most of my wheels don't touch the ground. So I had to tilt them slightly. Like that. So now it can drive around. And it's at the right tilt. Also, if you're wondering why there's 2 wheels on each set of wheels, that's because one wheel, this wheel, for going forward, and then this wheel for turning. So pushing H turns. You can see right here. What does H do? Oh, looks like it turns this wheel forwards. What does F do? Turns it reverse. So I'll push H right now, and it turns it. The other side, it needs to inverse. Inverse. What is that called? Inverse correlation. Inverse. An opposite. It's the opposite side, so it needs the opposite button. Because I have 2 buttons for turning and then 2 buttons for forward and back, which are actually T, G, H, and F. Well, I guess I'm out of things to say now. See you later.